Are you struggling to make your hairstroke pre-draw match each other on both brows and look even? Then in this PMU tutorial, I will show you a step-by-step system for drawing strokes even on both sides and the system for checking symmetry before you start tattooing, so your left and right brows will look even each and every time. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Cherry. I help artists skyrocket their skills with the best program, Now It's My Time, and get them booked out with my marketing program, which are the sponsors of today's video. So the first topic, let's actually discuss hairstroke pre-draw mistakes. And one of the biggest mistakes is that you yourself don't know the pattern well enough. So before we jump into doing anything on our client, make sure that you practice just the pattern left and right side 100 times till you can memorize and you don't need to look, and it just feels very naturally in your hand. The second mistake is that you draw one side first and then you try to draw that on the other side, which is challenging, but of course if you're an advanced artist, that is no problem for you. For me, I do draw one side first and then I copy to another side. But if you are starting out, I suggest to copy parts by parts, especially the brow fronts on both sides, then the skeleton of the pattern to another side, and the tail, which I will show in this video. Also, it's very important that your brow fronts are even and your arches points are even, and then your tails, and then the skeleton is on the right place. These actually represent the final look, if the brows will be even or not. Sometimes, by the way, that's a very good tip for you if you're doing brow mapping and then there is just the one bone is higher, naturally higher than the other side. As long as brow fronts are even, the brows looks more or less good, even if one arch is higher than another. So that's the trick. Visually, you want to keep at least brow fronts even and at least your spine line on the same level, because spine represents the sitting position of the pattern, which I will again show in this video. So step number one, before you start your pre-draw, let's discuss the topic, which is tools for accurate pre-draw. And that would be having a caliper and having a Sharpie pencil, which you can find on Amazon. It's just the pencil that you can sharpen. Usually I try to sharpen just a tiny portion, so not the whole one should be sharp, just this one, the portion of the pencil, so that I can make a tiny strokes rather than the whole thing. So actually the part that is drawing is just this tiny, which by the way right now is not at best sharp. I just took it randomly, this pencil, didn't sharpen it before. And this one we will need to copy some of the distances of brow fronts to another side and just help us with the measurements. So let's dive into drawing, making sure our both sides are even on both sides. So the first step that you want to know is where is the beginning of your brow front. So you have to mark it really well. As well, you have to mark the arch points and the tail. Now the same you want to do on the other side, mark the front, arch, and the tail. Now your next step in hairstroke pre-draw, to make sure they are even, I would also suggest to mark the middle part between the brow front and the arch, just the middle part. And by the way, I do have a hairstroke pre-draw practice, which you can print out and practice on. It's a pattern with all these pre-draw, very nice pattern. And all you need to do is just message me on Instagram with the keyword that you see on the screen, and I will send it to you. So you can practice and you will know better what is going on over here. Here are a few things how we can start from here once you mark up your shape. We can either start with brow front or with the spine. If you don't know what is the spine, it's basically the middle part of the brow to which all the hairstroke flow into. But I have another separate video about the spine. So usually I would suggest to actually for you start with the brow front stroke just to make sure they are even. And if you've seen my other tutorials, I love to put the dot just a little bit lower, the brow front on the same distance on each brow sides and draw my first 3 strokes. Now you will understand it later why I do so, but it just helps to lock in the even brow from the start. So my 3 strokes will be just like a little bit like a flower. This is a trick. Again, I explained this in my other tutorials, but what I do is I draw the long one. You will understand in a minute. And then I draw the second line and the third one, which again falls into the shape like this. Keep in mind, if you notice, they have the same distances, the first stroke, second, and the third one. Now, they are not this long. I will actually later erase the first one. The first one is short. It starts from here, then this one reaches here, and this one reaches here. And there will be even a tiny, if I want to, add another stroke, which again have all the same distance. So I'm going to do this the same on the other side, making sure the distances are the same. If you struggle with that, what you can do, you can measure these, by the way, they are even, and copy that to another side. So you can basically put like this, you can put the mark here and then do again, put mark here will help you. But I don't do this because I already so get used to these distances. Even if I try to make it larger or smaller, I already can. It just becomes like this. So again, from this dot, I do the same thing. I do the line here. And then my another distance, I do again. Now at this time, you can go in front of the client and it will help you to better see what you're doing there. Now, here's very important. Your third stroke also have to have a precise distance. So again, I would copy this and copy to another side, and I would make sure my third stroke also arrived to the same distance. Why I am so tedious with the brow front, just as again as I explained before, we want to make sure the brow fronts are even, and the rest, it's more or less, you don't have to worry that much. Now, the second part is going to be the spine of the brow. So let's say my spine is the middle spine. Again, for the spine, you can draw upper, lower, distance. It's an art, so there's no precise distance that you have to start from this position or the middle or the lower. It doesn't really matter. You can choose the one you like, but I usually like to start somewhere from this point to go through middle and reach the tail. So it will look like this. And then I would really make sure my another side is the same. So again, I would measure this distance to upper part to make sure it starts the same point. I would make sure it goes through the middle, and I would make sure it reaches the tail. So for this side, I like to draw from the tail. So from the tail and then nicely falling into here. Now, you really have to make sure that the height of the spine lines are even. If at any point I'm calling this a skeleton line, forgive me, I mean a spine line. Keep forgetting it's a spine line. So your first step number 1, brow fronts, then spine line is step number 2. Now, number 3, because, okay, spine line, it represents the height of the eyebrow. It also marks the tails. Now, the step number 3 is the arch point, and after that you are done. Basically, no matter what you're going to put in between those lines doesn't matter that much as these 3 parts. So your next, the last one is marking the arches. Once arches are also even on both sides, you are good to go. So what I do for the arch, I specifically will draw right now the points that are my arches. So I like to mark the arch and then it goes into the tail. If you watched my other tutorials, you know that there's another line that comes at the outline of the pattern, but this one is just the arch line. And the same I'm going to do on the other side. So my arch line, which will go into the tail. Obviously, there's another line over here and there's lines in between, but this is just the the markup one. That is it, and this will make sure your pre-draw is even. Even here, if you put some of the strokes that are not even to each other, that really doesn't matter much. Visually, they will still look nice and clean. And if you're still curious, what is this, the point of this point, it's basically to have a better flow of your brow fronts and all the rest of the hair strokes. You can just later erase all this, the lower part, and just keep the strokes that are inside the shape. But this just gives the nice flow, because what I do next is, again, I follow the same distance as mine, but just enlarge it a little bit, and then these will flow into the shape. So again, I just enlarge now this distance and this distance, make it larger, and again, these are going to flow into the shape. You see, that's why I like this dot, because again, it helps like this nice flow, which I just later erase from here. And again, we keep the same distance somewhere here. So it's pretty easy. I just fill the strokes, keeping the same distance between the lines and making sure it flow from the dot. And again, flow from the dot into here. So basically there's one line that goes here like that. It's like a circle, and then between this and this there's even line in between, and that is it. Very simple pattern, very beautiful and very simple. And over here I do the same thing. So the distance, I mark the distance. It is similar to these distances, but just slightly larger. And then I go from this dot, making sure I have a circle over here arriving, because it's like eyelash, it's not a leaf. And then again, marking this distance, second distance, again, going into, then again, going into, and then my last one, just into the tail. Again, here I have a line that goes in, and then a line in between these two lines. Then obviously with your hair stroke technique, you do want to make sure that the spine line is the darkest. And then what you put in between, that's another for another tutorial. I could go a long way here putting, but I won't spend time on this. So hope it was useful. You understood how to copy, make sure that pre-draw is even on both sides. Let me give you a little tip. More tips. If, for instance, in your pre-draw you made some mistakes, what we will do, we will actually see this right now on a client. So don't exit this video because it's just started. You'll see actually how to do this on a client, and you will see my previous pre-draw, which was a little bit more complex, and now I do it more simpler. Also, just to let you know before we will see the client procedure, if you are in Now It's My Time program and you do this pre-draw on your mannequin or on a client or on a latex, record it and submit, post it under the homework, because on the live Zoom calls, I will review it and help you out, adjust for you, give you suggestions for your pre-draw. Strongly suggest this program because it's not just amazing for watching all this knowledge and stuff like that, but it also helps you to practice with me together. Not only are you practicing with me live on Zoom calls, you're learning, and on top of this, you can book sessions, one-on-one session with my top artists, and they will basically look at you while you do procedure or latex or whatever you want to book, hang out time with them, drink coffee and talk about permanent makeup. You can check down below the link in description. All right, so let's take a look how it's done on the client. So the reason why I want to show you this video, so you still have an idea how it looks like on the client, but I just want to let you know that some of the videos that I will show you have too complex mapping that I don't suggest for the beginners. Like, for instance, this one. Probably you've seen me doing this before, or maybe you've learned this, but I do think that there are easier ways that I just showed you before. And for me, mapping ABCD is a nightmare, and maybe I got too anxious. It just makes me feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not just even doing this with this pattern because of so many things. But just as you remember, you can just simply freehand draw your brow fronts then your skeleton line, which is the spine line, which I always forget, it's a spine line, and then add strokes in a simple way that I show. You don't need to, for the lower stroke that I'm doing right now, have such amazing precision, like the lower stroke fall into A, the next stroke fall into B. You probably, some of you are watching this and thinking, oh my goodness, that's an amazing idea, I should do this way. If that's you, if that helps you, definitely do it. For me, it overwhelms me. I lose the feeling of art, and ABCD makes me feel like I just want to escape, and don't ever call me to do permanent makeup ever again. So you can just take a look how I stretch the skin. You can take a look how I do the things on the real client. Maybe take a look how I stretch for the brow front. Will give you some a little of the idea. And as you see, the Sharpie pencil, it draws pretty nicely. By the way, here also pre-draw, like I just map out parts by parts. So I don't draw anything, I just kind of mark lightly, so later I can already here to start. So you see, this is bit by bit. This is how I swipe, 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 instead of doing the full line. Swipe, 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 swipe. Yeah, so this also helps. Now, I want to show you also how, let's say if you made a mistake with your pre-draw, how you can fix it. So this is Laura. She did her hairstroke technique, but then she felt that her pre-draw is not even. What you can do, you can take a Q-tip and dip in makeup remover and just slide it out. The Q-tip, that one is very sharp and it has a little cotton on the upper part over here, so it will help to like fix some of the strokes. You can just also take just the regular brush with the sharp tip and also dip a little bit in makeup remover and slide out some of the colors. Now, so here's your challenge for this week. Grab a model or latex. Use my way to mark your anchor points. Use Caliper to copy each section of the pattern to another site. Use Phi app to check the symmetry. And I promise you, you will improve so much. And if you are in Now It's My Time program, remember to submit your practice because we will review that on a live Zoom. And if you're not in Now It's My Time program, if you want to practice more like this, inside this program, we go step by step through hairstroke, pre-draw, mapping, exercises. This is amazing program not only to learn, but to get your hands-on practice. And for those who are ready to step in Now It's My Time program, check the link down below and I will see you on the inside. And as always, if you like this tutorial, hit the subscribe button. I will see you on the next week on our amazing tutorials.